We ask your blessing upon these commissioners and all who serve in local government. Grant them wisdom to make sound decisions, courage to do what is right, and humility to seek the good of all the people they represent. Help them to lead with integrity, fairness, and a spirit of cooperation as they address the opportunities and challenges before this city. We pray for unity among our citizens, respect in our conversations, and compassion toward one another. May the decisions made here today promote peace, safety, justice, and prosperity throughout our community. We remember those who are facing hardship, illness, loss, or uncertainty. Surround them with your comfort and provide strength through the care of neighbors, friends, and family. We also ask for your protection for our police officers, firefighters, medical personnel, educators, military personnel, and all who serve the public. Father, remind us that true leadership is found in service and that every person is worthy of dignity and respect. May this meeting be conducted with wisdom, civility, and a sincere desire to benefit the people of Dothan. Guide us into justice and righteousness by defeating us in our wrongs and confirming us in the right. Thank you for the freedoms we enjoy and for the privilege of gathering together in service to our community. Guide our thoughts, our words, and our actions today. In your Son's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. We are on item number 3, and City Clerk, if you will, make note that we are all here, except for Commissioner Daniels was unable to be here. She's working the polls, doing her civic duty today, so we appreciate her and her service there as well. If I could, from the Commission, get a approval of the minutes of the June 2nd, 2026 meeting, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the June 2nd meetings minutes. Any discussion or changes from the Commission? All right, all in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, item number 5 is our communications from the Mayor and the City Commission. First up, we have two proclamations, or one proclamation and a recognition. First up is a proclamation of a week of prayer. Pastor Ralph Siegler and Pastor Joel Siegler from Harvest Church will meet me at the podium, please. Y'all can circle around back over here if you like. There we go. Get y'all out front, or y'all can stand in the front if you want. Any pastor that's here can join up here. All right. You good? What a good group. Feel like Elisha and the army of God surrounding me up here. 2 Kings 6, if you don't know, that's one of the 2 spots in the Bible that is spoken to about the city of Dothan. Well, there you go. We appreciate y'all being here, and I and the Commission appreciate the organization of this week of prayer. And it means a lot to us and to our city. We are a strong faith-based community, and I appreciate that very much. Whereas the city of Dothan recognized the importance of spiritual life and the role that faith, church, and prayer have historically played in the lives of its citizens. And whereas throughout history, American communities have turned to prayer in times of celebration and in times of need, praying against depression, anxiety, fear, abuse, hopelessness, and praying for peace, righteousness, joy, goodness, kindness, hope, love, unity, and blessing. And whereas the majority of people in Dothan gather regularly in places of worship, in homes, and in public places to pray for their families, their neighborhoods, and their leaders. And whereas the unified week of prayer provides an opportunity for residents to come together across various churches and traditions to focus on seeking God's blessing and spiritual transformation for all who live, work in our city. And whereas the city of Dothan values community engagement, compassion, and cooperation among its citizens, and recognizes the positive impact of prayer and spiritual reflection on the individual and collective well-being of our people. And whereas pastors and leaders from numerous area churches, including Harvest, Ridgecrest, Covenant, Dothan First, Bethel Baptist, Cornerstone, All Nations Worship Center, Pentecostals of Dothan, St. James Baptist, Vineyard Westgate Church of Christ, Westwood Presbyterian, and many, many others have organized private and community prayer for the week of August the 16th through the 22nd. And now, therefore, I, Mark Sleva, Mayor of the City of Dothan, in such capacity do hereby proclaim the week of August 16th through the 22nd, 2026, as a week of prayer. God bless you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you so much, Mayor, and I appreciate all of you being able to do this at the City Council. I think it is something really significant for a city to do this, and we believe God's blessing follows this. We did this last year. This year, Ozark is joining with us as well. And we had several thousand people praying last year. We hope we increase that dramatically. There'll be a prayer guide at Pray For, the number 4, Dothan. And so it's an opportunity for thousands of us to unite in praying for our city and praying for God's blessings and praying against darkness, depression, discouragement, praying for our families, praying for city government, our fire department, our police department, our schools, our businesses, our workplaces, our families, our neighborhoods. And we believe as we do this that God responds. You know, James says that the fervent, effectual prayers of the righteous are powerful and effective. And we believe when thousands of us unite and pray for our community, that it opens the door for God to do good things. And so we'll be encouraging everybody who's willing in Dothan to pray during that week. Many of you know last year we had 56 teams at intersections during rush hour, 7:30 to 8 in the morning. We'll also be praying for those thousands of people coming through. That those people and our billboards and social media will be reminders to people to pray. And so we thank you so much for being the kind of leaders who acknowledge the importance of God and the importance of prayer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is my honor and privilege to do a retirement recognition this morning of Mr. Samuel P. Crawford. And I will ask you now to come forward, please, sir. We all need one. It is an honor and a privilege to recognize Sam. I'm going to say Sam because he is a friend as well, and I want to recognize what all that he's done for this community in many roles. And so thank you for being here and letting us do this morning. And I'm going to read the recognition at this time. Whereas Samuel P. Crawford has devoted his life to distinguished public service, visionary leadership, and unwavering dedication to the citizens and communities of Dothan. And whereas Mr. Crawford honorably served in the City of Dothan Fire Department from January of 1978 until October of 2006, becoming Dothan's first African-American fire chief, and during which time he was also elected as president of the Alabama State Fire Chiefs Association. Whereas following his retirement from the City of Dothan, he made history as the first African-American president and CEO of the Dothan Housing Authority, and provided transformational leadership and advocacy for emergency, transitional, and affordable housing for over 1,650 low-income households and approximately 4,000 residents. And whereas in honor of Mr. Crawford's compassionate service and leadership, Henry Green Apartments was renamed Samuel P. Crawford Village in 2023, and his alma mater, Akron East High School, inducted him into the Hall of Fame in 2025. Whereas Mr. Crawford is the co-founder and president of Genesis Housing and Development Corporation and tirelessly works to improve neighborhoods and housing opportunities for the elderly. And whereas because of his belief in the value of education, he's collaborated with the primer schools to establish and open a K-8 school for the Baptist Bottom neighborhood while sponsoring with his family the Crawford Footsteps Scholarship for high school graduates who choose historical black college to further their education. Whereas throughout this remarkable career, Mr. Crawford continues to serve his community on countless boards and boards and committees, and inspires others through his character, leadership, courage, and integrity, which has led to numerous awards while on this journey. Now, therefore, I, Mark Slew, Mayor of the City of Dothan, in such capacity, do hereby proclaim June 30, 2026, the Samuel P. Crawford Day. Y'all would give him a round of applause, please. At this time, it's on behalf of the City Commission and myself, would like to recognize you again and give you honor with a key to the City of Dothan, Alabama. Thank you.
So, Mr. Mayor, I'm really feeling kind of silly this morning, okay? I had some prepared remarks, but we don't need that. I made an application to the City of Dothan in 1977, and they finally hired me in 78. And when I started, Kevin was a lot younger, and so was I. So it's living proof that if you stay around long enough, they'll do something with you, and sometimes it's called retirement. So I'm headed into retirement. But, you know, there's an old statement out there that says that you cannot discover new oceans if you don't lose sight of the shore. So the city allowed me to lose sight of the shore and discover some new oceans. Some was the fire department, some was nonprofits, some was the housing authority. So I'm losing sight of the shore one more time and see if I can discover some new horizons. But I want to thank this commission for what you've done, your trust, your confidence, and your partnerships over the year. That's the only way you can do it. You got to have the partnerships, and you have to have folks who believe in you. I want to give a huge thank you to my supporting cast. Guys, there's so many to believe. Thank you all, okay? That's all I can say is thank you all. But there's members of the Housing Authority, my church, the chamber, my commission. Everybody's here, okay? And, of course, my pastor. I would never leave him out because he gives me that inspiration and that strength and that courage to see things through a spiritual lens. And trust me, you got to have God in everything you do. And I appreciate that. Thank you again. We're going to continue to try to do some good work, and we're going to continue to let you know that the shore is just the horizon that we live in within. But we're going to expand beyond that horizon, okay? Y'all pray for me. I'll be praying for you. And thank you so much.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, everybody. We now turn to the communications from the commission. Commissioner Kirksey, we start with you, please, sir.
I'd just like to say thank you for everybody for being here and, you know, giving a minute of your time to learn about civic engagement with the city. I'd like to give a special thank you to all the pastors, volunteers, organizers, and contributors on their work on the prayer initiative. I think last year it was a very bright spot for our city and our area. It gave a real positive influence over everybody, so thank you all for doing that again. Also like to give kudos to Chief Will Benny of the Dothan Police Department and his efforts in progressing the department to better serve our city, and also putting forth a lot of effort into making our community a lot safer place for all the citizens. So we got a chance to see and tour the Real Live Crime Center today, and it's going to change the game for our policing services in our community, going to help deter and also reduce crime in our city. So thank you to Chief for that.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody, and if y'all would, please remember Father's Day, because I don't know if it's like that at your house. Mother's Day is a big event. Father's Day, I get to do what I want to do. That's about it. And I enjoyed my time watching Mr. Crawford really revamp public housing in Dothan, and the amount of effort he's put into to make the customers feel really part of it, and not only have a place to stay, but have a future that doesn't involve public housing. I thought that was always very impressive, and I just want to say, a big thank you to Will Glover and Chief Benny and everybody involved in that real-time crime center, City Manager Randy Morris, where it's just, we got the chance to tour it this morning, and a lot of positive impact whenever that comes around. Most, one short note is the amount of how we can police without being invasive to our constituent, while also keeping our officers safe, is absolutely mind-blowing. It is going to really help the other numbers.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Just want to apologize. I'm a little bit under the weather. I want to thank Sam Crawford for all his service to our community. I've got to know him over the past few years, and he's just been an amazing part and selfless servant of our community. So sorry for not shaking your hand today, but I will later when I feel better. I also want to thank all the pastors and folks in our community for coming out in support today, but also for what they do every day, every week of every year in our community. I had the pleasure of participating last year in the Pray for Dothan event at the Harley-Davidson, and it was just an amazing opportunity to be out there and have a positive impact on our community, and so I encourage everyone to participate in that if they can. I would also like to thank the DPD, Chief and Will, for what you're doing for our community. Of course, we did have another shooting in our community recently. It was just on the edge of District 4, and the way that they respond and solve crimes and take these alleged folks who participate in these crimes into custody so quickly is a testament to your professionalism and to the department. But also, I hope it serves as a deterrent. If you commit crime in our community, you will get caught and you will not get away. And so I just thank DPD for that. Also, within the district, we had an issue with some stray dogs and folks getting bit and things like that. I know DPD is working on that. I spoke to Major Glover this morning about it, and so the police are there to help us in a lot of different ways, and we do need them in our community, and I appreciate that. Lastly, I'll just say, even if you're sick, try to go vote. It's an important thing. Today's a runoff day. It's a lot of things can happen, so please get out there and vote. And thanks for what you all do to make our community what it is. Thank you.
I'll echo some of the sentiments from my colleague Sam. The legacy and impact you left on Dothan will be felt for many years to come, and so thank you personally and in this capacity for what you've done. Also, the Pray for Dothan. I can't explain how encouraging it is to see at these corners and intersections people praying for this city. It's my opinion that through prayer we can achieve great things, and I think that us being a faith-based community is one of the biggest feathers in our hat that we have here in Dothan. So thanks to all that put that together, and we'll be involved in that. So thank you.
I'd also like to thank you, Sam, too, for the work you did with the city, and then in your next life there with the Housing Authority, and always be willing to talk to me and explain things and how things work and should work and how we can work better together. So thank you for all those efforts. Our pastors as well. It's just a true blessing that we're able to pray in this community and do it like we're doing it now here in our public meetings. A couple other things. I do want to thank our Public Works Director, particularly Mr. Tommy Wright, for all the efforts he and his team and several other departments have gone through on our garbage, trash, recycling studies that we're doing. I know there's some questionnaires out there now for folks to give your input, trying to be as transparent as possible on the situation we're in and options that we have. So if you'll please respond to that survey with your opinion, we would appreciate it. Did want to recognize Chief Hasty's wife, Mitzi, who will be going into the Wiregrass Sports Hall of Fame. So I guess she's the athlete family. When I read the bio, I get everyone. Okay. So congratulations. That is hard to do. I mean, that is an incredible group of folks. If y'all have never looked at the folks in this community, that are in that organization. It's, none of us are going to get in there, I can tell you that. I do want to welcome our Dothan 101 graduates. They're here. They'll be recognized in a little bit. So I thank y'all for going through a 9-week program to learn more about the city, and hopefully you can share some of that with others. And to reiterate Mr. Stock's statement of please go out and vote. Take the opportunity. Just takes a little bit of time and have your voice heard. So thank you. That's all, Mayor.
Why did you look at me when you said that about the athletes? Is that...
I was looking past you.
Oh,
no, I wasn't.
Hey, I was pretty good at it.
I was
Hoping to make the basketball Hall of Fame or something.
you got my vote.
A lot of great comments this morning. I thank all the commission for all of those as well, and I'll add mine as well. I had a lot of great experiences with Sam and in a number of ways, and specifically I see Mr. David Jameson in the crowd as well, a big part of the Housing Authority. We went some 10 or 11 years ago, I don't know, time flies, out to Austin, Texas, looking and studying about homelessness, and it was some time back, and so they've had a heart for taking care of people in the margins, and I greatly appreciate all of the work that Sam and you and others have done with the Housing Authority as well. I also appreciate all the efforts with the organization of the prayer week that we have, and it does mean a lot. I'm blessed. I know she calls a lot of people, but I don't know her name, and she never asked to speak to me, but once a week I get a prayer call, leaves a prayer on my voicemail, praying for me and my family, and has been every week since I've been down here, and I greatly appreciate the prayer, so thank you for that. I want to add my kudos to the police chief and the fire department as well for as we talk about the real-time crime center, the drones will benefit not only us in the police department, but in the fire department as well. It really brings Dothan way into the future on policing and emergency response as well. And so I'm grateful for what we've been able to do, and our federal delegation for helping us with some of those funds, I will add as well. So thank you for all of that. City manager, thank you for all the work y'all been doing here lately to get us prepared for other decisions in the future. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, sir. First off, I'd like to invite up Michael Morgan, our Employee of the Month. Michael Morgan has worked with the City of Dothan since 2003 and joined Dothan Utilities in 2006. While at Dothan Utilities, Michael has worked in water distribution and wastewater treatment and is now an engineering technician for the electric department. His duties include locating underground electric, water, and sewer lines and collecting data to ensure that underground utility maps and records remain updated. With over 15 years of experience installing underground utilities, Michael is extremely knowledgeable of where underground utilities are located, allowing him to perform his job quickly and accurately. His quality work and dependability allow his team to promptly respond to locating requests and assist contractors, customers, and City of Dothan crews in locating underground utilities. Michael approaches each day with a positive, team-driven mindset. He is the definition of a true team player as he alters his schedule when his team is shorthanded to ensure all locating requests are completed on time and in accordance with state laws. He does all of this with a positive attitude and contagious smile that boosts the morale of everyone he meets. Michael's professionalism, dependability, and dedication to his team make an integral part of Dothan Utilities and a well-deserving candidate for Employee of the Month. Congratulations, Michael.
Good morning.
Morning.
Randy pretty much said it all. In the 15 years that I've known Michael, I don't think there has been one time I have seen him in a hallway, in the field, that he has not had a smile on his face. I mean, he has a very contagious smile. He has a very positive attitude. He's the type of employee that we need in every department. So congratulations, Michael. Job well done. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite up Ed Knowles. So Ed's here today to receive his 30-year certificate. I'll read it for us. 30 years service certificate. This certificate is awarded to Edwin W. Knowles in recognition of the completion of 30 years service with the city of Dothan, Alabama, given the 17th day of June in the year of our Lord, 2026. I had the pleasure of working with Ed when I was at General Services. He's the type of employee that you want on your team. So congratulations, Ed. Sir. We appreciate all your efforts. Thank you.
Yeah, as Randy said, Ed's one of those, is indicative of the model employees we have across the city. 30 years of service out in vehicle maintenance in the fleet, in the shop. I've known Ed for my 6 years that I've been out there. He was working in the car shop, and then we got promoted to the second shift supervisor and continues to lead and set the example as a model employee for the city. And we appreciate Ed and his 30 years of service and appreciate what he does for us out in General Services.
Next, I'd like to invite up Eddie McCarter with Public Works.
Man, look at that. Yeah.
So Eddie is here today because he is retiring. So let me read this for us. Certificate of retirement to all who shall see these greetings. This is to certify Eddie E. McCarter, having served faithfully and rendered outstanding service in the public sector, has retired from the city of Dothan, Alabama, with 25 years of credible service on this first day of July in the year of our Lord, 2026. Eddie is another one of those employees that has that contagious smile, that is always in a good mood when he's greeting you, whether he's working in Public Works or as occasional sporadic with performing arts, and you're going to continue that, right?
Randy stole my thunder. You know, the one quality of an employee that you can't teach is that friendly smile and just the good service and the spirit that he brings to everything that he does on a given day. It works for Public Works, but I think I've seen him more on these downtown special events than I have working for Public Works. If you do not know Eddie Earl or have not met him, you've truly been missing out. He's a pleasure to have working for the city of Dothan, and certainly someone that we will miss moving forward. I'd asked Bart if he could tell a few stories on Eddie Earl, since they've both been here 25 years, and he was quick to say, no, not in public. I think he came up with something, and I'm going to let Bart take over for just a second.
I want to say everybody pretty much knows Eddie Earl, and as you can see, he is a one of a kind. He is a character. He is a character with the city of Dothan. He even came to one of our Christmas lunches one time dressed up as a Grinch. So that was always pretty good. But you never knew what you was going to get with Eddie Earl any day. He's a hard-working, dedicated employee. You know, I not only consider him a co-worker, I consider him one of my good friends. I've been working with him for 25 years. So, you know, I really appreciate everything he's done. I hate to see you leave, but I wish you well. And there's one thing that I could always count on. With Eddie Earl, when I came in every day at the street out there, if I came into the shop, getting him right now, this is mine. Wish you well, and I appreciate you, everything you done, and we love you, man.
All right, guys, so I wore this jacket today just for Eddie Earl's retirement.
Look at that.
So Eddie's a big part of our events team. I can say I've seen Eddie Earl really uncomfortable one time. It's when we were putting in the bag policy. And him and I were having to tell people all summer long, you can't bring that purse, you can't bring that purse. So Eddie was actually delivering bad news for one time and didn't really like it. We got beat up the whole summer. Then last year, just to say who Eddie Earl is, I took him to an Auburn game with me. And I go get us some concessions, and I come back, and the people that sit beside us, their kid was asleep on Eddie, didn't know him for anything. And just an all-around good human being. You're not going to leave us. I'm happy that you're still going to be with us. So congratulations.
You know, it would be crazy if I didn't say anything. First of all, I want to give honor to God, who's the head of my life. And I want to thank the officials for everything they done, my department head, Tommy, Bart, Clay, my church members, my family, my friends. I'm not going anywhere. Thank y'all so much for a wonderful journey. My kids, 4 of them, they're not here. They all made it through school. I got one in Troy, got another year and a half. Got to figure the insurance out, but it'll happen. But I want to thank everyone for what they have done for me for the time that I've been with the city. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
Next, I'd like to invite up all of our Dothan 101 graduates. So I just want to say a few words about the city's Dothan 101 program. This program was instituted years ago by former city manager Mike West. Over the years, we've modified and shaped the program into what it has become today. The program is meant to give Dothan citizens the opportunity to see how our municipal government works from the inside. The class begins on the first Tuesday in April each year and meets on Tuesday evenings from 6 to 9 p.m. Each of the city's departments are given the opportunity to present a program to the participants to inform them of what exactly they do on a day-to-day basis. I could go on and on about the program, but I would rather allow one of its recent graduates to give you their perspective. So I'll ask Father Aaron Ott, the vicar of St. Matthias Anglican Church, to come up to the podium and share his thoughts about his time.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, on behalf of the Dothan 101 class of 2026, I would like to thank the City of Dothan for designing and executing such an excellent course, which acquainted us all with the various city departments and systems that we all take for granted. As one who has lived in cities such as Seattle, Dallas, Houston, and Orlando, I can attest to how much easier it is to criticize city services when I have no idea who performs it. That criticism, however, is a little harder to conjure when a welcoming human face is attached to it. Suddenly, it seems then that civilization is maintained by people that I might sit next to in church, at a concert, or in Rip Hughes Stadium. As the class enjoyed the hospitality of each department, I was struck by the competent explanations given to us as to why each department is necessary, how it functions on our behalf, and the excellence they pursue, such that we actually get to live with the luxury of taking them for granted. Some of the city personnel lamented that perhaps their topic wasn't as compelling, but I had to disagree with them because, imagine for a moment, living in a place where such excellence is not pursued by those managing your garbage collection, maintaining the water systems or the power grid. I don't have to imagine it because I've traveled to those places and lived there for a time. We just assume that our faucet will have water pressure, that our trash collection will be consistent, and that all of our first world comforts will just go on as expected. These conveniences that we don't think about, but panic in their absence, are maintained by caring individuals that take pride in their work. In the much larger cities I've lived, I became familiar with their fire and police departments, and I can attest to the impressive caliber of our personnel here, who are trained and equipped to a degree that our citizens can be truly thankful. In the cases where our fire and police departments welcomed the class, the presentations were so participatory that even my own parishioners questioned me, asking, "Really? They let you do that?" Well, yes. Dothan is blessed with not only wonderful personnel in these departments, but also with the instinct to share them with the citizens in the manner we enjoyed. Make no mistake, these services, when absent, are among the miracles that people pray that God will send to them, albeit in some unspectacular form. In the various places I've lived in the U.S. and traveled outside the U.S., I can tell you that the organization and comforts we enjoy here in Dothan, as they are provided by the city, are by no means universal, even within the borders of our nation. Thus, the Dothan 101 class of 2026 could conclude that we, who work or reside in Dothan, are blessed with uncommon civic care in the various duties the city undertakes. I therefore recommend this course to any citizen who would boast of caring about their community and would learn of the unspectacular miracles constituting how that community operates on their behalf. Thank you.
Just a few more items to go over. Friday, city offices will be closed to observe the Juneteenth Freedom Day. Sanitation services will not be affected. This Thursday from 11 to 1 at Fire Station 1, the Dothan Fire Department is hosting a ribeye sandwich fundraiser featuring the much acclaimed sandwich from their booth at the Peanut Festival. Please come support this event, which is part of the Going for the Gold initiative and will benefit the Taylor family as they continue to fight childhood cancer. Also, as Commissioner Crutchfield mentioned, our solid waste services survey. Don't forget, we want everyone's feedback on our solid waste services. Survey has been created to share your thoughts and help shape the future of our services. The link to this survey is available on the City of Dothan's website, as well as on our City of Dothan's government Facebook page. Also, we'd like to invite everybody to join us on June the 24th at 9 a.m. as Leisure Services hosts a ribbon cutting to celebrate the opening of the dog park at the Forever Wild Trails off of Flowers Chapel Road. And the big one, America's 250th birthday. So celebrate America's 250th birthday in downtown Dothan with a full day of free family fun. Enjoy 50-plus food and retail vendors, a kids' fun zone with free rides, crafts and face painting, touch-a-truck, historical exhibits and demonstrations from Landmark Park, a community-painted patriotic mural, live music from Benny G. and Solon Holt, a presidential walkthrough exhibit, and a classic car show. The evening will conclude with Dothan's first ever drone show as 300 drones light up the sky above the Civic Center with patriotic images and storytelling synchronized to music. Join us from 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. for the biggest celebration in downtown Dothan history. That's all I have, sir.
All right. Thank you. A lot of great stuff this morning, and thank you everyone for participating and being a part of it. And I will say, before we get started on the business portion of the agenda, the American 250, and we've had a lot of people, Shirley and others, that have put a lot of time into making that happen. And so I appreciate City Manager, all the staff that has been a part of that and getting that ready for the July 4th. It's going to be a great day, so don't miss it. If you're following along on your agenda, we are on item number 7, is communications from the city clerk. First up is an application for a restaurant retail liquor license. It's on premises for the Yummy Peru restaurant located at 1369 Headland Avenue, suite number 7. If anyone that is here that wishes to speak on this particular matter only, if they will come forward at this time. All right. No one from here or outside is coming in, so then I'll entertain a motion and a second for approval or denial from the commission, please.
Motion for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion by the commission? All right, all in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, on item number 8, it is a public hearing. It's regarding the proposed amendments to the citizen participation plan that will be voted on in item number 9 below. If there's anyone that wishes to present or that wishes to speak at this time on this item, the citizen participation plan, please come forward. I believe we have a presentation, City Manager.
Yes, sir.
Tara?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So this will just take a moment, but we wanted to, for the sake of transparency, go through a couple of slides about the revisions that we're asking to make to our citizen participation plan, and that'll be the next resolution that's presented to you. So the purpose of the revision is just to maintain compliance with HUD requirements. They did tell us that we need to make some updates. While we're making those required updates, we're also doing some things like modernizing our public notice procedures, adding a Section 108 provision. The city is not going after a Section 108 loan at this time, but for future purposes, going ahead and putting that into the citizen participation plan, and just overall increasing administrative flexibility. The key revisions that were made to this plan include expanded public notification methods. We don't have to just do the newspapers. We can do the newspaper, but we're also doing social media. We're doing the city's website, posting at the library, places where the notice is more likely to be seen. HUD no longer requires the newspaper notification. Enhanced flexibility for public meetings and outreach, updated participation requirements and timelines. HUD is requiring a longer notice for public comment periods. The public comment period will remain 30 days. However, we do have to give 14 days notice that there's coming up a public comment period before that. And then, of course, we added the Section 108 provisions and updated the contact information to remove the previous administrator's information and add mine. So what didn't change? Citizens continue to have opportunities to participate in the process. There will still be public hearings, public comment periods. We'll still do neighborhood meetings. All of that will stay the same. The city remains committed to meaningful public participation. This particular revision draft was made available for public review May 17th through June 15th. After it was, a public notice was made on the city's website. The document was also made available through the Planning and Development Department. And of course, today is the public hearing for this revision. Public comments were accepted and to be considered. However, at this time, we received no public comments. So staff does recommend the approval of these revisions to the citizen participation plan to support effective administration and to be in HUD compliance. And at this time, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to speak on this issue.
All right? Yes, sir.
Chief Crawford that just left here, I know he was involved in HUD and housing and all for years. There was a guy named George Martin, called himself Jorge Martin, that lived here. A big old guy. I mean, he had some mental issues, but the police department steadily abused him. Sam Crawford unlawfully evicted him, and he was homeless, and he wound up going back to Miami and dying a terrible death. And I was going to speak on something else about Sam Crawford, but we'll talk about that later.
That's good. Any other comments? Public hearing? Okay. All right, public hearing is now closed. All right, we are on item number 9. If you're following along on your agenda, it's resolution number 2026-151, amending the citizen participation plan to update the public notice provisions, participation timelines, and meeting out and outreach flexibility, as well as to include provisions related to Section 108 loan guarantee program.
Motion for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second is for approval. Any discussion by the commission? All right, all in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 10 is resolution number 2026-152. It's approving and consenting to the memorandum of understanding between the Alabama Department of Public Health, the Alabama Public Health Care Authority, and the Houston County, Alabama for certain repairs to be made to the facility located at 1781 East Cottonwood Road.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion is second for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 11, resolution number 2026-153, agreeing to allow the fire department to issue a fireworks permit for a display to be held on July 2nd, 2026 at the Dothan Country Club.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second is for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 12, resolution number 2026-154, it's entering into a memorandum of understanding with New Beginning Ministries International Incorporated for the use of the parking lot located at 1000 West Main Street for the attendees of the city's America 250 Downtown Celebration event on July 4th of 2026.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second is for approval. Any discussion?
Thank you for allowing us to use that for the
Yeah.
event.
Thank you.
All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 13, resolution number 2026-155, enter into a memorandum of understanding with Wiregrass Ministries Incorporated for the use of the parking lot located at 900 West Main Street for the attendees of the city's America 250 Downtown Celebration event on July 4th of 2026.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion?
Thank you again for letting us use it for that event.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 14, resolution number 2026-156, enter into a contract with Capital International Productions Incorporated, an American presidential experience to provide memorabilia during the city's America 250 Downtown Celebration event on July 4th of 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second is for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 8, number 15 on your agenda is resolution number 2026-157. It's submitting a notice of intent for renewal of the city's MS4 permit and approving the payment of $1,385 for the permit fee.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 16, resolution number 2026-158, enter into an agreement with Thompson Tractor for preventive maintenance of the compactor housed at the landfill at a cost of $11,122 for 24 months.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second is for approval. Any discussion or questions from the commission? All right, all in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 17, entering resolution number 2026-159, entering into an agreement with Numo Group LLC to administer and collect the city's sales and use lodging tax. That's for a one-year period beginning June 1 of 2026.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second is for approval. Any discussion?
Who's doing that now? Wasn't it another company doing that?
It was, they just went through a name change. It was Avenue Analytics.
So this is an extension.
Yes, sir. 1 year.
All right. Any other questions? All right. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 18, resolution number 2026-160, appropriating up to $425,000 to the Dothan Downtown Redevelopment Authority for assist in funding the revitalization of downtown.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion or questions from the commission? All right, all in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 19, resolution number 2026-161, amending various accounts in the 2026 fiscal year budget.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion is second for approval. Any discussion or questions by the commission? Hearing none, all in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 20 is resolution number 2026-162, declaring certain personal property as obsolete and no longer needed for public or municipal purposes, and authorizing the disposal of the said property by whatever means is determined to be in the best interest of the city.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion, questions? All right, all in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 21 is resolution number 2026-163. It's approving payment of the invoices for the month of May 2026 in the amount of $25,785,717.99.
Motion for approval.
Second. Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 22, resolution number 2026-164. It's awarding the bid and approving other purchases over $30,000 by the city and appropriating the funds for the said bids and purchases.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say.
Actually-
Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, Randy, would you please just do a quick rundown of the city hall expenditures, please?
Yes, Director Love, if you would go over that, please.
Yeah, good morning. My portion of the bids and purchases there is for City Hall. We've got about $1.4 million of furniture purchase on there for the new City Hall. We've already purchased $958,000 of that, and so this is a remainder of that furniture. All of it is on either state contracts or cooperative agreements, which gives us price discounts ranging from about, I think it was 49.5% to 66% off retail. The FF&E is what we call this, furniture, fixtures, and equipment. Kind of the industry standard for the cost of the FF&E for a building is generally 5 to 10% to 12%. At 5%, we'd be at $3.5 million, and we're at $2.4 million, so we're well below industry standard for this. So this is just going ahead and get some of these things are long lead time items so that we can get them on order and get them here when we get the building finished early next year. So this is just wrapping up the rest of the furniture purchase for all of the furniture throughout the new City Hall and the annex. Office furniture, common area furniture, conference room furniture, all that kind of stuff that's going in the new building.
So the 900 plus from earlier is in addition to this 1.4 for.
Correct. The total is about 2.4 and change. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Me personally, I looked at this a long time last night, and they had pictures in the packet, and they had which furniture come from where, but there's about 1,400,000. So I basically had to take everything that was in the packet, find what it was in the invoice, what type of chair, and go and find which invoice to put it on, like a company called Sit On It, and then try to take the collective amount of invoice, and then try to figure out what percentage of that made up that $240,000. And then I kind of looked at how much the installation costs of $409,000, what percentage of that would be in it, and I don't think I have enough information to vote yes on right now, because it's a lot of money, I think. So that's just me personally. That's where I'm at on it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Love, you said the industry standard percentage for the FF&E is 5%, and that's 5% of the total cost of the project?
5 to 10, some will say 12% of the overall cost of the project. So if you just said 10% of $70 million, we would be at $7 million for the FF&E package. And we're at 2.4, just under 2.5 million. So if you went the low figure, 5%, 3.5 million, we're still $1 million under that by buying all of this through the cooperative process. Commissioner Bedwell, to answer some of your questions, the design firm, the interior designers on this firm worked with us, and we've gone, basically office by office through this building and carefully picked out commercial grade furniture that's going to last a long time throughout this, in this new building for us. And so we've been very deliberate about that. We've made some changes with some of their inputs. We had several meetings where we went back and forth, and we downgraded some of it to some of the finishes are probably, the interior designers, pick something, and we say, well, that's probably too much for what we need. And so we've applied some diligence to this process and tried to do our very best to get some good quality commercial grade furniture that will last a long time in the new building, that all of the employees in the new building will be able to use, and then the public come into the building, like in the commission chambers and places like that. The furniture will be functional, durable, long lasting, but also we've tried to be as economical as possible. And I think, as I said, well below the industry standard of what would be typically spent on an office building of this size. So I'm comfortable recommending these numbers to the commission for approval, and finish out the furniture package and get this stuff on order, so it'll be here when we have the building ready for occupancy in spring of next year.
Any other questions or comments from the commission?
I'd just like to thank those involved for trying to get us the best price possible, so thanks for your efforts.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we're good. Thank you. All right. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Yay. Any opposed say nay.
Nay.
Yep, 2 nays. All right. Thank you. All right. Item number 23, resolution number 2026-165, approving the advanced travel request for city employees.
Motion approval.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion or questions from the commission? All right. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. We have a motion and second for adjournment. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, City Manager, turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from June 2nd, 2026 meeting.
Motion approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval of the June 2nd admin minutes. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, thank you.
Next item is consideration of a 772 development agreement for downtown development. I'll ask Mr. Colton Curitan to come up and go over it with you.
Good morning.
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 Thank you, Mr. City Manager and Mayor and Commission, for having us this morning. Just want to go over a little bit in regards to our Lestrada project that's been ongoing for the past few years, and some of the great progress that they've continued to see, as well as the future of that, and a future restaurant that we hope to see become successful in downtown Dothan. So the Lestrada development overall has been about a $3 million project. And they have the opportunity to bring a new restaurant into that facility. It's going to be about $1.1 million to be able to make that thing a reality. So in order to continue to see that restaurant come to fruition, the developer feels strongly that a 772 is going to be necessary for them to continue down this road. So that 772 ask overall would be $330,000. Of course, as you guys know, from a city perspective, our policy has been over a 10-year period. Of course, that is capped at that amount of $330,000, as well as capped on an annual basis over that 10-year period. So they cannot be paid more than $33,000 a year for 10 years as well. So with all those things being said, as you guys know, the 772 functions as a performance-based payback, right? This is not a free check by any means. This is based upon sales tax generated from this specific restaurant, and then splitting that sales tax in half between the city and the restaurant itself. So that's the formula. That's the basis of how that works. Just a little bit in regards to your return on your investment as you think about this potential opportunity to support this restaurant. We worked with our partners with the Economic Development Partnership of Alabama at the state level and helped us run this through a model to see, as we consider this opportunity to support, what does that look like for us as a community from an economic output perspective, but also from a GDP perspective here in our community. So with that being said, it has been very favorable, the analysis that was completed. You're looking at over 40 new jobs. Yes, these are part-time jobs, but in regards to those part-time jobs, they pay really well. You're talking about a part-time job paying on average $29,000 a year, so that's strong for a part-time job. And then from the return on investment analysis that was completed, you're looking at about an increase of $3.5 million to your local GDP, as well as about $5.1 million in your local economy output overall. So that's direct input, indirect input, as well as induced input. So overall, that is the scope. And I'll end with this, as this is considered at the upcoming meeting. Our growth that we've had as a community downtown, your investment that you guys are making from a downtown perspective has been really strong, and it's been great to see private investment follow that, and it's an exciting time for downtown Dothan. And I'll entertain any questions you may have.
Yeah, Colton. I thought I saw something this week that said that even when we approve these, a lot of folks don't even actually generate, sometimes they generate the revenue to receive, sometimes they don't, and most oftentimes they never even hit the cap. Is that accurate?
I'll let the city manager and Ramona speak to that, if that's okay. They see those numbers more specifically than I do. I would say you're probably correct, but I would also say that, again, this being performance-based, that's what's so attractive about these opportunities for us locally, is that they get in terms of what they produce, right? So nothing is promised at the end of the day. So, and the city manager may have some comments on that.
You're correct, Commissioner. To date, all of the ones that we've done, we've not had anyone that met the threshold, whether annually or over that 10-year period. So it is performance-based.
Thanks, Colton.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. All right, move it forward, please, sir.
Thank you. We have a couple of privileges of the floor. First up is Mr. Robert Martin. Mr. Martin, if you would, give your name and address, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
Good morning, Mayor